So yeah, let me welcome you to SlatorCon, another great conference that we have planned. This is the second time we're at this hotel. I was saying usually we don't come back to the same location, but this was so great last year that we decided to come back. And yeah, so let me pass over the mic to Gabriel Fairman of BureauWorks, who's gonna also have Luciano Aruda from Automation Anywhere, and he's gonna address you with a few words today. So. Over to Gabriel.
Thank you so much, Florian. I had a great conversation with Florian last week and Esther as well. That's going to go live. It's really interesting explanation on the whole LSI, LTP, new acronym soup, but I really loved it. Very educational. Very psyched about being here with everybody. And I want to be especially grateful to Luciano Aruda. I don't know if anybody has the pleasure of knowing him, but I've known Luciano for the past 8 years. And first, I think when Luciano was at Uber, and now we continue to work together when he's in Automation Anywhere. But I want to let Luciano say a few words, because one of the things I love working with Luciano is he's very ahead of his time, always has been. And he does incredible work in terms of stimulating people around him to think differently. And why don't you tell us a little bit about Automation Anywhere and what you do there, and why do you think it's so different than how other people approach things?
Sure. So, I mean, I don't really know who he's talking about because I was completely humbled by this introduction. So I'm Luciano Aruda. I work with Automation Anywhere. I'm a director of Globalization there. I've been there for about 4 years. And Automation Anywhere is a leader in the automation business. So up to 3 years ago, we were a leader in the RPA industry, winning many awards from Gartner and Forrester and all the other companies that you can imagine. But as of 2 years ago, we kind of transitioned into an intelligent platform provider with the adoption of AI, and then most recently integrated Copilot. And today we really describe ourselves as an APA platform. So this would be an agentic process automation platform that is delivering autonomous enterprise solutions to our clients. So, we work with very large clients. We do 400 million automation tasks per year, a lot of data. And this is done with the assistance of capabilities such as PRE, which would be a process reasoning engine that is also working in conjunction with an orchestration platform. So a lot of big names and, capabilities here. But in the end, we're working on a lot of similar solutions that you are, which makes you a great partner for Automation Anywhere. And I think that's why you brought me here. So that's the beginning of the story, I guess.
And can you tell us a little bit about, so Automation Anywhere, very focused around, obviously, automation. Can you tell people about how BureauWorks fits into this puzzle, different scenarios that you've been operating with, and how we integrated to your whole Gen AI mandate? And
Sure. Yeah, so I think was back maybe more than 2 years ago. I was working in my team, my executive team pretty much said that if we were going to adopt AI, we had to use our own AI. So there was a mandate that we could not use any AI other than our own. And, I kind of was in a position where I was not planning to switch or do anything, but I had to do it. I think it was in July that I heard about it. And I think it was within a week that I spoke with you, we had a plan to sort of integrate our own AI into our workflow. So I think that was kind of, very helpful to work with BureauWorks because they're so responsive. That's really a trademark. I think, BureauWorks responds to client requests very quickly, and they're very good at coming to the table and drawing a solution together. So this was kind of very helpful to begin working with BureauWorks. But it wasn't just that, right? I mean, it is complementary technology. It is this desire to innovate and to look for solutions that are not available yet in the market and trying to forecast kind of where the market is going. And I think that we have that in common. That's a common part of our DNA. We work a lot with agents, and I think we have integrated with BureauWorks in, seamless ways. Your API, it's very easy to work with. We have copilots that can take documents from any one of my stakeholders and can send documents to BureauWorks and then retrieve them all automated and deliver it to my stakeholders without them having to get involved in anything, and other types of integration. So looking forward to continuing this partnership and want to hear more.
Thanks so much, Luciano. And I don't want to take too much of everybody's time, but again, for me, really, I was reflecting today on what makes us at BureauWorks. And it's sometimes I lose track of that. Honestly, there's just so much content that we produce, so much content that I read, so much that's going on in the world. And I really sometimes lose track. And then when I talk to Luciano, I'm like, oh, this is what it means to be us. It means that we can't be afraid to be different. We can't be afraid. We have to embrace that. We have to celebrate that. Because I think in a world where everybody's so afraid of missing out, so afraid of falling behind, so afraid of just being left in the sidelines with all of that's happening around AI and tech development, I think it's really important to dare to be different and to dare to think about the things that we want to think about. And I know that when I work with someone like Luciano, he has my back and I have his back, and we're looking for different ways and we can truly be different. So just to leave you with a few different things that we're working on is, for instance, when we come to segmentless localization, so working in a purely vector-driven environment where reasoning is driving the translations and not words, right? That's something that's, in my opinion, of very high value, but it's also very disruptive because we're used to log files and translation memories and glossaries and things like that. And when I work with people like Luciano, I know that that kind of idea is really welcome. It's encouraged, it's desired, and that he will do what's necessary internally to make that happen. And I think just to leave everybody with one really powerful story that we developed together, well, it was all Luciano's work, just using BureauWorks, but we built a very powerful use case in Japan. And I'll let Luciano end with that just because that's such a beautiful story. And in a world where so many people are losing their jobs because of AI, where so many people are falling behind, where so many translators are losing their income, we're seeing that there's also some kind of silver lining that can be produced if people have the right mindset. And I'll let Luciano talk about it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, our partnership with Japan, and I think that we can kind of focus more on the single mom program. Because we also work with refugees in Japan in the automation engineering side of the business. But my department, at some point in time, I kind of realized that with AI, there was a good chance that some of our stakeholders would like to translate directly, would like to actually create content directly in a target language without English source. And so I kind of started to think about how can I handle that? You know, this is probably going to happen. So I was fortunate enough that one of my team members in Japan suggested to work with a partner who supports opportunities for single moms. Because when a couple, I guess, you know, they divorce in Japan, the husband doesn't have a lot of obligations to the wife, and they're left with a very difficult life because they have to raise their children. And most companies in Japan will not hire someone who has to take breaks or has some kind of a limitation on the hours. They work very long hours. So I said, well, you know, we can solve this problem. We can maybe find Japanese moms who want to get reskilled. They want to learn automation and they want to get a better job so they can work anytime they want, a more flexible approach, and get better pay. So this partner was able to connect me with 3 Japanese single moms, and we worked out on a very flexible schedule with them. BureauWorks supported us in training them and using the BWX platform for this. And we successfully trained 2 of them. They already have permanent jobs in Japan with corporate jobs. They work from home, and I'm working with 1 and onboarding 2 more. They basically don't need to know English. They just look at the translation in Japanese, and if it's making sense, and they are learning our program, so they certify on our products. They read a lot of content in Japanese about our products, so they know a lot of what we're saying in the content. We found a safe set of content that they can work on, and it's been a successful program. So that's one story among many others.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful story. And again, I don't want to take everybody's time. I'm super grateful that everybody's here. I want to have as many nice conversations as I can. I'll be in our Break the Machine booth most of the time. I'd love to talk to everybody. And again, very grateful for Florian and the whole Slator team, Depi, everybody who put this together. It's colossal to put this together from all the way from Europe. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the evening. And yeah, let's do it.